My name's Carol, and I formed my consultancy company a year ago, having spent probably the last 20 years in working with the voluntary sector in various different roles, the latter being a strategic role in an organisation. So that's who I am and what I do. So my business is around helping small grassroots organisations really to achieve their goals and aspirations of doing good. Being that extra pair of hands and that extra strategic sort of knowledge really. So the business is called the Outcome Unit Limited, and I really, for me as a person, wanted it to be just something that was nondescript, so that businesses and organisations could engage with it. So it was a vehicle for doing that really. Oh my goodness me, I've thought about this, and I remember years ago as a student, a long time ago, having to be a door-to-door salesperson for carpet cleaning, and in those days being a student and earning extra money, and I hated it, and I thought about why I hated it, and I hated it because I didn't really believe in the product, and I hated it because I felt like I was selling something that wasn't to me. And I thought about this, and I thought that actually with any business it's about what you bring and who you are, and in most cases it's about the relationship we have with our customers, which is absolutely essential. And so if you don't believe in something, that makes it harder. Also, it wasn't very good for my confidence. I didn't feel all of that sort of thing, and again, that's about how you present yourself. So I learned a lot, but I wouldn't do it again. In part of my role, if I'm working in communities, do have to talk to people and engage with people. I don't have an issue with that because it's part of something you believe in. But selling carpet cleaning system for people was not for me. And we're not suitable for all things, so it's about finding where you're best placed, and sometimes you have to, get your hands dirty to find out that, and that's what I did. Okay, so I found out about Lifeline through I think it was a circular that was sent round. And at the time of setting it up, I being somebody that's quite linked in with community and linked in with people, and although my role is quite consultancy based, it was really about putting something back. And I'd recently been engaged in a programme about empowering women, and I was so motivated by young women who'd overcome the challenges but still they're doing it. And as a woman of my age, and celebrating that, but also I wanted to be able to put something back. So when Lifeline came along, being able to help perhaps offer the wisdom or guidance, or just being there for young people with entrepreneurial spirit who could ask for wisdom or just that guidance, or to tap into that. And that's where I saw that my putting back as corporate social responsibility, I think the term is it CSR, and that's what I wanted my business to be. Well, I think actually revisiting my business background and starting it all over a year ago, it's quite still refreshed. I suppose there's that real identity with them setting out, and also sometimes it's about helping people to recognise that sometimes there is huge amounts of learning in failure as well as in success, and that we all try and do what we need to do in order to get on. So sometimes people will talk about their failures, but I suppose it's helping that, guiding them to say, well, actually, how much of a failure and what was the learning from that. So I think also being able to share with mentees some skills or tools just to frame their thinking, frame their view of where they want to go, and give them confidence really that have a map, make your own map of your own journey and where you want to go. So it's not easy being in business on your own, and And it's about having the confidence to go and ask for help, and so that you can continue to pursue it. You know, it's not for everybody, but it's for those, you know, if somebody wants to have a go at it, they should have as much support as they possibly can. So if I can offer that wisdom of probably falling over, tripping up, picking myself up, dusting myself down, getting on again, then that's what's really I can offer. I think on a personal note, it's being able to feel that, you know, I can put something back, and also it's also the learning, and it's that shared experience as a mentor. You have that shared experience, and also it keeps me connected with people. And what I like about the Lifeline project is the fact that it's around it has a structured approach in helping that person's confidence, self-worth, esteem, but in a way that's structured. So it's not just about focused on one thing. There is an aim to help that person achieve their goals and aspirations, and I quite like that as well. So I've got out of it quite a bit in terms of helping others to realise their goals and aspirations. Well, it's interesting, isn't it? Because I think there are lots of different people that have inspired me for lots of different reasons, really. But I think probably the one person that's inspired me most of all was my grandmother. And the reason that I was, you know, she was brought my father up on the Bordesley side of Birmingham in a back-to-back house and worked as a seamstress relentlessly to get herself out of poverty and to give a better life for her children and obviously her grandchildren. And I think as a woman that was a young woman in the early part of the 1900s, as she would have been, I think that was an immense achievement. And I you know, I suppose I'm probably take on board that legacy of overcoming those challenges, and not letting challenges own you, but you owning the challenges and thinking your way through it. So she's probably the one person that I have admired the most. And yes, there are immense amount of other people from world leaders through to, you know, that I could say, but the one person that's closest to me and dear to my heart is my grandmother, in overcoming those challenges and still being able to smile at the world. Wow. Well, I think success comes in different formats, and I've often thought about this in business actually. You know, how do you measure your success? Is it about the, you know, the flash car, the posh suit, the expensive dinners and everything else? For me personally, it's about a personal contentment, about a personally achieving what I want to be able to do. And I think as you get older, to be able to be independent, financially independent and independent at whatever level is really, really important. For me personally, I recognise that I am a creative person, and that being able to have autonomy in my life is essential. So is it about how do you measure wealth or success? For me, it's about the contentment of being able to meet my obligations and be free to do good things. I think what I would have liked to have received was to learn to trust yourself. I think we underestimate our gut feelings. If you put good into the world, you will get good out. It may take a bit of time, it may be a long journey. But I believe that if somebody turned around to me and said, you know what, Carol, you need to trust yourself, do the right thing by people, I think that would have helped me overcome some of the challenges that one does at an early age of not feeling good enough, feeling that you'll never make it, matching yourself up to somebody else. And actually, we see people doing better than ourselves. And I think it's about keeping focus about where you are in your world and be happy with who you are. So that's it. Trust yourself. I think it's an innovative project that actually looks at how you can shape young people's thinking in a positive way. And if that helps them to shape their future through good, having good skills in self-awareness and confidence, that's a good thing.